Now, if you want to convert the block diagrams into corresponding signal flow graph, remember all these steps. We have to represent all the signals, summing points and takeoff points as in the block diagram as nodes in the signal flow graph. Uh, and represent the blocks of the block diagram as branches in signal flow graph. And the transfer function inside the blocks of the block diagram, that is gain of the branches in the signal flow graph. Connect the node as per the block diagram. If there is connection between two nodes, then represent the gain of the branch as one. That is, between summing points, there may be consecutive summing points. So between these two summing points, uh, uh, we have to connect with a branch with gain 1, unity 1, with a branch with a unity gain. And these two rules are important. If a summing point is placed before a takeoff point in the direction of signal flow, in such case, represent the summing point and takeoff point by a single node. No problem. If summing point is placed before that takeoff point, we can represent this summing point and takeoff point by a single node. But if a summing point is placed after a takeoff point in the direction of signal flow, represent the summing point and takeoff point by separate nodes connected by a branch having unity transmitters. If summing point is placed after a takeoff point, then we have to represent the summing point and takeoff point by separate nodes. If summing point is placed after takeoff point. If it is placed before takeoff point, then we can represent it in by single node or two nodes. But if summing point is placed after a takeoff point, then we have to represent these summing point and takeoff point by separate nodes connected by a branch having unity transmitters. Now let us convert this particular block diagram into a signal flow graph. That is two summing points. So y1, y2. We can connect a branch with unity gain. Branch with unity gain. This particular branch. These two nodes y summing point. Between that there will be a branch with unity transmitters. Then G1, G2, then summing point is coming after the takeoff point. Therefore, in between this y4 and y5, there should be a branch with gain 1. This is must. Then y5 to y6, we can have a branch with unity 1, but this is not necessary. If summing point is coming before the takeoff point. Otherwise, for clarity, you can add a branch with gain 1. Then G3, G4 parallel. Then again, summing point is coming. Summing point and takeoff point here. Summing point and takeoff point, separate nodes. Then G5. Then loop. That is, the loop is coming to this particular summing point. That is Y5. This feedback. Then this feedback from Y4 to Y2. Y4 to Y2. And this is from Y8 to Y1. Y8 to Y1. Another feedback. So show all parallel path, feedback path, etc. Like this. In this way, we can draw a block diagram from this signal flow graph. Now we can do one problem. Determine the overall transfer function of control system by converting this block diagram to its equivalent signal flow graph. So summing point is coming before the takeoff point. So you can represent these two by a single node. Here also summing point is coming before takeoff point. So single node. G2, parallel path G1, feedback path -H. Now, in order to find the transfer function, first identify the forward path, that is P1 is equal to G1 and G2, two forward paths, and loops are G2 minus H and G1 minus H, two loops. Delta 1 and delta 2 both are equal to 1. All the loops are touching the particular corresponding forward path, and delta is equal to 1 minus L1 plus L2, that is 1 minus D1H plus minus D2 of H. So delta is equal to 1 plus D1H plus D2H. Transfer function is P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 by delta. Delta 1 and delta 2 both are equal to 1. So transfer function is equal to G1 plus G2 divided by 1 plus G1H plus D2H, and there is no non-touching loops. So this is the answer. Now another problem, convert the block diagram of a system shown in figure into a signal flow graph, and then find the transfer function C of S by R of S. So this is the block diagram. Again we can draw the signal flow graph. Here two summing points. So here two separate nodes, G1, and again here another node, G2, node E4, G3, parallel path G4, then feedback path H2 minus H2, another feedback path H1. So it is connected from E4 to E1, E4 to E2, E1 is this point, E4 to E2. This one is from, it is to, we have to connect this loop to E1. This is E1, this is E2. Okay. Now forward path is G1, G2, G3, and another forward path is G1, G2, G4. And loops are G1, G2, H1 minus H1. Another loop is G1, G2, G3. This loop. 1 into G1 into G2 into G3 into minus 1. That is another loop. Then G1, G2, G4. Another loop. G1, G2, G4 minus 1. Another loop. Then G2, G3 minus H2. Then minus G2, G4 minus H2. G2 minus G4 minus H2. And non-touching loops. There is no non-touching loops. Delta 1 is equal to delta 2 is equal to 1 because all the loops are touching the corresponding forward path. Therefore, delta 1 is equal to delta 2 is equal to 1. Therefore, the transfer function is equal to P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 by delta. Forward path is G1, G2, G3 and G1, G2, G4 divided by 1 plus find all the loops. That is 1 plus G1, G2, H1 plus G1, G2, G3 plus G1, G2, G4 plus G2, G3, H2 plus G2, G4, H2. No, there is no non-touching loops. So these are the individual loop gains. So write that. That is the answer. So always the step is identify forward path, then loops, then non-touching loops, then find delta 1, delta 2, etc. Substitute all the values. That will be the transfer function. One more problem. Determine the overall transfer function of a control system by converting this block diagram into an equivalent signal flow graph. So here also assign nodes. Here summing point is placed after takeoff point. Therefore, two nodes. This is input node. Then this is second node, third node, G1, G3, G2 parallel path. Again summing point and takeoff point. So separate nodes. Here it is shown as separate nodes. For clarity, it is good to give like this. Then feedback path minus H1 minus H2, and this is a forward path G4. So here we have to identify again the forward paths and loops. So one forward path is G1, G3. One forward path is G1, G3. Another forward path is G1 minus G2. G1 minus G2. Then one more forward path is there. That is G minus G4 minus H2, G1, G3. G1, G3. Similarly, there is one parallel path, therefore, another forward path is minus G4 minus H2, G1 minus G2. Minus G2. So these are the forward paths. So identify the forward paths carefully. Now we have to identify the loops. So here identify the loops G1, G3, H1. Here it is plus. So H1, H2 minus. G1, G3, H1 minus H2. Similarly, there is one parallel path. Therefore, G1, G2, H1 minus H2. These are the two loops. G1, G3, H1 minus H2 and G1 minus G2, H1 minus H2. H1 is positive. Here the sign is plus. So H1, H2 is minus. Also, this G2 is minus. And G4 is also connected to, so minus G4. Here G2 minus. So minus G2 minus G4 minus H2 plus H1. So two loops, and there is no non-touching loops or three non-touching loops, etc. Therefore, we can calculate the transfer function. That is 1 minus sum of individual loop gain. Loop gain only. There is no non-touching loops. So this is equal to 1 minus 2 loop gains. This G1, G2. This G1, G3. This is G3. G1, G3, H1, H2 minus I. Then G1 minus G2, H1 minus H2. Therefore, both two negatives. So G1, G2, H1, H2. So write that terms delta is equal to 1 plus G1, G3, H1, H2 minus G1, G2, H1, H2. And no part of the graph is non-touching with the forward path. Therefore, delta 1 is equal to delta 2 is equal to delta 3 is equal to delta 4. That's equal to 1. Therefore, transfer function is equal to write all the forward path divided by delta. So this is the answer. Thank you.